Rip to E3. For real this time. I think we said rip E3 many times over the years, but yeah.
I have said rip E3 many times.
Also, rip rest in peace, rest in piss, maybe even rip bozo, to anyone who received a lump of coal from Dota 2, because Valve has decided to implement a system by which they handed out gifts to people. And
they're having a holiday event called Frosticus or something like that.
And for those who were the most toxic and or those who were breaking the rules and doing all kinds of wild shit, they handed out bans in the form of a lump of coal that you opened up in a gift box that straight up said, here you go, for Frosticus, you get a lump of coal.
Hey, sorry, you get a highly toxic lump of coal.
You're fucking banned. Peace.
And you're like, well, how long can your ban be? 2038.
Permanently.
And it's hardware linked, so every single hardware ID in that computer is banned.
So this happened on stream to a streamer named Mason, who apparently was banned for high levels of toxicity, as well as smurfing and I believe behavior conditioning.
Apparently this guy is known to be like wildly super toxic.
And would hire people to play on his account to
increase his good boy points.
And then, et cetera. Yeah. So a lump of coal. And you know, there was, I mean, that's the type we've hinted at and talked about the different types of, you know, cheater jails, and just what it all boiled down to the same event, which is psychological warfare against those who deserve it. And this is absolutely a step in that direction. The question was asked, however, it's a really good one. What if you don't open the gift box?
Yeah.
Right? Because
what happens?
Does the ban stay locked inside the present?
I bet you anything that at the end of the event, it automatically opens the gift box.
No. The moment you queue into your next game, it opens the gift box.
Oh.
You get that present, and you're probably going to want to open your presents. But let's say you decided not to. You're going to open that present. You're going to get that lump of coal. Yeah.
I think the part that you can only watch, you can only realize when you slow down the clip, is that the permaban comes with a bunch of taunts unlocked on your account. And the taunts all have names like "you earned it." Like really passive aggressive fucking shit.
Oh yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff, you know?
So this is following something that I was not aware of going on in Dota, where the decision came down from on high that pro players were not allowed to have personal accounts. That smurfing is too much of a problem. And everybody's personal account was to be destroyed. Because if you're a pro player and you had a pro account, you should be playing on the pro account.
Okay. Did they
agreed to it?
Yeah, but
in
like
general.
Pro accounts are like marked and are a specific.
Well, no, it's just the one that they would play on at a tournament that's known
regularly. Okay. Yeah. Nah, man. There's a level of pettiness here that is just absolutely delicious, and you'll love to see it. You'll love to see it.
It's funny because there's a thread on our subreddit right now about how somebody tried League and were just like dumbfounded and ass blasted at the level of negative experience they encountered in League. And there was this big thread about like just how much worse League is than everything. And one of the reasons is that like Dota is the same genre, right? But Valve like tries to do things to tone it down. like this band wave. They got like 90,000 people, and
Oh,
like
wow. Okay.
the rule that is like Smurfing is done. Smurfing is over. Like they're gonna try really hard to deal with Smurfing.
League is the Wild West.
And League is just like,
Yeah, okay. Right. Yeah, it was somewhere around that sound effect. Yeah. Okay. Christ.
And it just gets like worse and worse.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
but oh man,
you know, it's almost like the mentality of like, why you have to be mad? It's only game. Can apply both ways, you know?
yeah.
So
Project L is gonna be the Baron's chat of fighting games.
I mean, I don't know what to expect there, but if
you know
they
exactly what to expect, and it's gonna rule if you had that little bone in your body made out entirely out of solid evil. Now, not all people have that bone, but if you do,
okay,
you're gonna feed that a little bit.
Valorant, is Valorant made by a different studio, and it's like and then it was picked up? Like, is it exactly
I don't know
like
how that works in terms of studios and teams and stuff like that?
Because like Project L is made by a different dev that was picked up by Riot.
Yeah.
Right? Is Adam, because I'm like, if there's things we could look at there that mirror here, you can see like, if this is the way it is in League, is it always going to copy over to
people are saying that it is Riot, like proper Riot.
Valorant was made in-house. Yeah, okay. Because in the case of Project L, I mean, well, it's like they got the Rising Thunder team name, I forget now, but that team turned into a Riot dev, essentially.
I don't know, man. If you want to talk about Valorant and League and toxicity, the Valorant culture is so strange. Obviously, I don't play Valorant and I don't interact with Valorant, and I can only describe what I see bubbling up from the surface. But it appears that like every single Valorant game is just like a bunch of would-be like streamers trying to goon all over each other with their sexy voices. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on with that community, but it's fucking weird and cringe.
Because ultimately, what I guess I'm wondering about is like, if League is just an absolute cesspool, and when it comes to this shit, if
describe Valorant as Riz hell.
Jesus Christ. Radiant was the studio name. Is Radiant going to have any say in how like communication and chat and all that stuff is handled, or in, you know what I mean, how behavior is monitored and what they allow and don't allow, etc.? Is it entirely managed by them, which is, I guess, called Forge now, apparently?
I mean, it's tough to say. I've watched a bunch of small YouTube documentaries that basically describe how, like, if it's not on purpose, it's a shock, because every single part of League is designed to make you go crazy. Like, every single aspect of its design and interface is like customed tuned to create angry emotions. It's like a soccer game times a million. And we talked about Project L, and we talked about how it's on your partner to burst you out of combos.
Exactly.
And you're like, holy shit!
But there are
people are gonna get so mad.
But there are simple decisions that a game can make that sets the tone. For example, when Killer Instinct decided that open mics were the default option, that set the tone. They're telling you what experience they want you to have by making you have mics on in the average match the moment you get it. You know?
Yeah, Mortal Kombat, I think, is the same way, where that's the default setting, is microphone on.
Right. So are you trying to set that open mic tone in this fighting game where shit's gonna get fucking grimy? You know? That's the big decision. That's the one that says a lot about what type of environment you want. You know?
I think the wildest thing about League and like in my limited experience, not being allowed to talk to the enemy team was viewed as a way to combat toxicity. But really, what's much more important is not being able to talk to your own team.
Well, if you're somebody that has that fucking evil inside you and you need it to come out and you can't put it on the people that you're fighting against, it's coming out on the people who are on your team. You're just filtering.
Externalized anger is so much less intense than the internalized local anger.
Man, it's just getting redirected. There's no way that's not way infinitely worse. Interesting. Well, that's what they're doing. And on that same note of fighting game stuff, there was an announcement coming next year. Bushiroad and Aiding are making a full-fledged, quote-unquote, Hunter x Hunter fighting game.
All right, so you're going to grab Knuckle, right? You're going to get into the match. You're going to get your contract out. You're going to be like, listen, I need to hit him with a Toyota Corolla with 9% APR financing. All right. They're going to be like, I don't know if I can handle a 9% loan on Toyota Corolla. And you're going to be like, you can absolutely do it. In fact, hold on while I go over to the back, while I wait, and you look at this contract while that timer ticks up. Okay. Now, every time the timer goes up, you're going to get an extra stack of financing. Okay. And you're going to want to run out that clock until 99 seconds until you finally come back and touch them, and they just instantly die. And the Toyota Corolla you sell them is a lemon.
Is this what Nen is?
Yes.
Okay.
Now listen. You might decide that you want to go up to Knuckle and file for bankruptcy, and now that's going to help you, but it's not going to get rid of this loan. You see, it's like a student loan. Okay. All right, it's not you want to get out of the dealership, it's going to keep running. You can't escape from your debt. All right?
Is that when the Chimera ants get involved?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay. Sure. All right. All right. All right, we're following.
I say to you,
we're following.
Without irony,
okay.
There are like nearly 90 chapters about someone trying to trick somebody into buying a Toyota Corolla at an inflated interest rate.
Got it. Okay.
In Hunter x Hunter.
Got it. Cool. We're here. We're here. So yeah, full-fledged fighting game is a hopeful term. I'm happy to see it because the implication, of course, is when an anime gets announced for a fighter, you're like, roll the dice. There's a flip a coin as to whether or not it's just an arena fighter. And or a mid one at that. You know, it's the easy thing to do to just like, you know, whether it's going to be like a My Hero or Kill la Kill or any other thing that follows into after the Ultimate Ninja Storm style thing. But, you know, there's an easy solution there. But Aiding has a good trajectory of also being the folks behind Bloody Roar and DNF Duel and a little fighting game known as Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Wooly, there is no developer that I would trust more to design a character whose super weapon gives them the super move, level 3, gives them a move set which is uniquely bad for the matchup they are fighting.
Okay.
I hit my level 3. What moveset am I going to get? The only one I didn't want. Fuck.
Same developer that made Phoenix Wright. So let's see what we get. And also Tatsunoko versus Capcom. Yeah. Right on. Aiding's made some good-ass fighting games. They've also they're credited on being part of the team for Street Fighter 4 as well. So they're like, I think they get overlooked a lot when people go, oh, want to make a fighting game, hand a license over to Arxis. But they're not the only ones, you know. So this is interesting.
You want to save up all your bars to get a level 5 Dark Phoenix? Guess what? You're going to win the match, and then the game will reach out and give you AIDS.
Me.
You. It will reach a syringe out and give you AIDS.
I suppose it's not going to be just getting your opponent's badge number, huh? I imagine we're way past that point.
A little bit
in this fighting game. Okay.
You know, so there is one. So all joking aside, they have the potential to do one of the funniest things they could do for a fighting game, in which they mandate certain characters have better matchups against certain characters. Does the opponent have a spider tattoo? This is now a 10-0 matchup for you.
Oh, I see. If they're a member of that clan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is a 10-0. You have no chance. They have balls.
If the little black girl shows up and the evil lady with the gun is her matchup, then the gun is versus the child is a 10-0 matchup as well, apparently. As far as I can tell.
No, that kid's all right.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to find out, I suppose. Left off in a pretty precarious state. I don't know.
If the clown fights a child, their super meter is constantly growing.
Okay. I would like it would be pretty cool if the playable character list was actually like 100 deep, and like 80 of them are just instantly gonna die, half-life bar, one move ass.
No,
scrubs.
you could actually make like a pretty legit like regular
Super
size
roster,
like
yeah.
25 character roster and get like most of the ones
cool
that people were like, yeah, no, that's the good list.
Cool.
Oh man. Like there are 2 characters that should be on that roster whose entire game plan should run around timeouts.
Okay. Running the clock.
Just running the clock to the absolute maximum.
Interesting. I look forward to seeing what kind of ranged command grab the fishing pole will allow. Maybe it'll be a stance. Maybe I don't even know what to say or not say in the conversation.
Okay, Woolie,
whatever.
I'm gonna quantify that in a way that's actually a fairly direct metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
You just said, I wonder how Frieza's gonna deal with the extending staff that Goku has.
Yeah, the power bow. Yeah, it's a pretty big threat. That Nimbus Cloud is real nifty. It's fast. I don't know if Cell knows how to handle the Nimbus Cloud.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, well, so I guess and with that comes the like, do you just make Goku regular, Goku Super Saiyan, Goku Super Saiyan 4, you know, etc.? Do you just split it up in that way, or do you find a way to make it creatively
They're
part of
like
the same
each character has like a really clearly defined place that they would be put in.
It's so much more immersively fun to have one version of every character that can do all the things you need. Yeah, I hate when rosters split it up like that. We've railed on Dragon Ball for doing it, but be creative, and if your character has multiple modes or ways that they fight, incorporate it into one pick, you know. Yeah, aiding's legit. Let's see what this turns into.
Yeah, I can see. Oh, there's so much there.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like genuinely, Hunter x Hunter is like, it looks like kind of a basic shonen, but like a couple volumes in, it's way more like JoJo style nonsense in terms of like, just this thing doesn't even directly attack, it just does a weird fucking thing, you know?
Yeah. I mean the nature of a lot of my questions as to like some of these fights are fights and some of these fights are not fights, but like, and there's a bunch of shit about like what hunting is and what what all that entails and
I don't know.
So anyway, all this to say that yeah, sounds pretty good. There's a good pedigree here.
If Gon fights his dad, it's an auto win because the character doesn't show up to the match.
Right. Woolie doesn't know. That's correct. I do not know.
Yeah, no, there's a lot in there.
I do not know. This is what we've established.